Our commencement speaker walked down the main aisle of this basilica as a member of the DeMatha Catholic High School class of 1986. He later graduated in 1990 from Boston College with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. He also holds a Master of Science degree in management from the Johns Hopkins University. He is an alumnus of both the Police Executive Research Forum Senior Management Institute for Police and the Major Cities Chiefs Association Police Executive Leadership Institute. Chief Henry Stawinski began his law enforcement career in 1992 with the Prince George's County Police Department, which serves 486 square miles and nearly 1 million residents along the eastern border with Washington, D.C. Prior to his appointment as chief, Hank was responsible for multiple facets of the duties and responsibilities of managing various levels of police work. Because of the many years of service and leadership, on January the 1st, 2016, County Executive Rashawn Baker selected Henry Stawinski to become the 17th Chief of Prince George's County Police Department and was confirmed by the Prince George's County Council on February the 16th, 2016. Hank lives in Prince George's County with his wife Michelle and daughter Alexandra. DeMatha class of 2018, ladies and gentlemen, Chief of Police, Prince George's County Police Department, Henry Stawinski, DeMatha class of 1986.
Gentlemen, I have expectations of you. I have expectations of you that have as their foundation our shared estate as alumnus of this institution. Slightly more than 3 decades ago, I sat precisely where you sit today, within the walls of this shrine, upon the occasion of my commencement. At the conclusion of the ceremony, I exited through those doors, and I embarked upon a journey that has literally taken me around the world and returned me safely before you here today. That journey has likewise accorded me the privilege of addressing you as you embark upon your own journey. And for that privilege, I owe a debt of gratitude to Father James. I now know things that today, in this moment, you may only suspect. Are you paying attention? If you're not paying attention, you will miss things. I've made a habit of being mindful. And as a result of this, it has been revealed to me what I believe to be 3 axioms that underpin the arithmetic of life. And I will share them with you now. The first is that everyone has choices. Deciding to do the most difficult thing that can be expected of you as a human being and deciding to do nothing at all are both choices. You cannot avoid them. You may choose to reject the status quo, or you may choose to conform. You may choose to demand more of the people and institutions that impact your lives, or you may choose to settle. You may choose to etch out a future of your own design, or you may choose a life of convention. Understand that it was not the nature of choices in and of themselves that led me to conclude they were axiomatic, but rather what followed in their wake. The second axiom I will offer you. Every choice has consequences. If you're mindful, you may anticipate the consequences of your choices. If you choose to conform, to settle, if you lead a life of convention, then you will live a life, but you will not live your life. Yours will be an amalgam of the lives and experiences, the views and perspectives of countless others who came before you. If, on the other hand, you reject the status quo, if you demand more of people and institutions than perhaps they're willing to provide at that time, if you chart your own course, then you will be lauded or condemned, perhaps both, in your lifetime. But one thing is for certain: you will lead an authentic life. To invoke Whitman's thinking about that very topic, you will add a verse to the powerful play, which is a claim that precious few can legitimately lay stake to. And one thing further: you will change the world. A thing that occurs on a scale both grand and small, far more often than many of us are willing to admit to ourselves. At the far burnt-out candle end of your life, all, in sum, will come down to a handful of moments. And gentlemen, this is one of them. Are you paying attention? If you're not paying attention, you will miss things. Before the sun rises again, step away from the celebration. Quiet your mind. Still your body. And make a deliberate choice about how you will live the rest of your lives. Why, you ask? I am still so young. I know that time will pass as the twinkling of an eye. And I know that now is the moment. And I know one thing further, the third and final axiom. I've not quite lived 5 decades yet, but I have most likely fewer years in front of me than I have behind me. I'm not yet old, but already I see it amongst my peers. It clouds their vision. It is creeping into their voices. It is the most bitter of human emotions: regret. Regret over what they may have been. Regret about what they may have done if they had realized the potential that rests in your hands at this moment. I stand before you As a man who has stood up, stood alone, chosen the rocky path, I have led an authentic life, and I have no regret. Anthony Walker stood up, stood alone, chose the rocky path. He became a leader of those who labor and died in service. His memory is represented by the men and women in uniform who join me today. He led an authentic life, and I am confident he had no regret. Gentlemen, I have expectations of you. I expect that you will realize your potential, that you will live authentic lives without regret, and that you will change the world. St. John DeMatha.
Pray for us.
St. John DeMatha.
Pray for us.
Saint John DeMatha.
Pray for us.
On est soi qui me le pense. Godspeed.